So, are we going to win?
Well, right there's the finish line, and she's a couple boat lengths back, and I think we can predict victory.
Okay.
I think we could lose our engines and coast across the finish line.
That is the official word. Now back to you all in the studio.
Yeah, we'll blame it on the current. How about blaming it on the current? That sounds pretty good.
That's what I did in the mini marathon. I saw the finish line and I
Here
coasted
comes the
across.
finish line. That was not the finish.
No, we are not at the finish, as Doug Profit is saying. That's the Clark Memorial Bridge, and you were seeing the boat go under the Kennedy Bridge there. So we have just a little bit longer to go. But it looks like the Belle of Louisville is going to win the 31st Annual Great Steamboat Race. Those camera angles you saw there are just a few of the 7 camera locations we have along the course today.
Okay, let's go to Doug Profit, who would like to call the end of the race. Hello, Doug.
Well, I guess I might as well, Gary, since we did the turn, but let's go back down and show you it, because here comes the finish. Right now, as we go under the 2nd Street Bridge, the Belle of Louisville finishing this race in probably an hour and 25 minutes, so not as quick as last year, but this is going to be an extremely fast race, considering usually we end closer to 7 o'clock. So here you go. The Delta Queen not even in our picture frame yet, because it's not even gone under the I-65 bridge yet. Right now, the Belle of Louisville making it under the old historic Clark Memorial Bridge. You see the water cannons going off there to the side of her. The big boat celebrating the gilded antlers, which are painted gold. Anyway, now going to be back on the bow of the Belle of Louisville. So we won the 31st year. It's fun to see the good old lady winning it again, and I guess this historic steamer back on top of the steamboat world. So they got to take those antlers off of the Delta Queen, which, by the way, maybe I should have noticed something was up when I flew down to Henderson, Kentucky. They've never had the antlers mounted on the Delta Queen. They were not up at under the pilot house. They weren't up on the decks. They always had the antlers every time I was on the boat the last 3 days. On the deck, they claimed they were being painted, but I never saw wet paint on it. So there you go. We are the victors. City of Louisville back on top of the steamboat industry. Gary, Melissa,
all right,
back to you guys.
Thank you, Doug. And that makes it 14 apiece. And everybody in Louisville will go to sleep with a smile on their face tonight, because the beloved little Belle has swept to victory this afternoon.
That's right.
Thanks,
And the
Doug.
captain and the crew of the Belle of Louisville definitely have a perfect place for the gilded antlers. They know right where they're going to go.
Well, let's go back to the wharf, and the celebration will begin soon, I'm sure. Donna Lacey is there with, well, Donna's by herself. Hi, Donna.
Hi, Gary. The wharf has really been laid back, of course, until now, until the Belle of Louisville crossed under the 2nd Street Bridge. And, of course, the cheers went up. Jeff Lipson is behind me, and he should be talking to some folks in the crowd who certainly have something to say about the win on the part of the Belle of Louisville. Jeff?
That's right, Donna. They just saw the Belle cross through here. They've been waiting along what's commonly known as the wall, waiting to see the Belle pass by. Of course, we haven't seen the Delta Queen yet, which is a good sign for all the folks here in Louisville. A big win. It's tied up again. Joining me right now is a lady who came here, got a good vantage point. This is where the Belle is going to be parked. This is Kathy Silliman. Kathy, you were telling me beforehand that somebody was almost challenging you to a fight when you talked about the race.
Yeah, he said the Delta Queen, Louisville cheats, and Delta Queen was going to win, and I told him it was wrong. The Delta Queen cheats, the Belle don't.
What about this victory? I mean, do you think folks are going to bring her home in good style here?
Oh, yeah. Your turn, Mary. Yeah?
It was a grudge match. We almost had a fight over it, but the fans are going to be very happy to bring the Belle home here. Back to you, Donna.
Well, I tell you what, it's surprisingly not a whole lot of people here down on the wharf. There are a lot of people on the Belvedere and a lot of people in the chow wagon, and the people were sort of sifting between the two places. But, of course, the crowd is filling in now that the race is over and the Belle of Louisville is the victor. Gary and Melissa, back to you.
All right, Donna, if I can remember the last time the Belle won, as soon as she throws a line over, there'll be fans there to applaud her when she comes in, because the folks here love her.
That's right, and let's go back to the Belle of Louisville and find out what the people there are saying about their big victory. Hello, Barry Burnson.
Hello, did we have a good time? Did we have a good race?
We had a great race.
Yeah, what was the best part for you?
Finish line. It was our first time.
Do you think we won it fair and square?
Absolutely.
Would you agree with that?
Yes. We never cheat.
See, now that's the word from all the passengers on here, that it was fair, it was square, and so that's good enough for me. Look, this whole thing is theater, you know? I mean, if you believe in the Tooth Fairy, you believe in the annual Steamboat race. Rachel, how does it look from over there?
Absolutely great, Barry. Everyone says we want it fair and square, so no more pouting on the Delta Queen. We want it. The mayor, interestingly enough, we tried to get him up here earlier. We'll go back and get him. He says it's because they didn't bring Sydney this year. He was, I forget how many pounds last year. This year he was 29 pounds. They left him at home, and they said that's why we won it. So the mayor's taking credit for the victory, saying he didn't bring his son along because he gained too much weight. Melissa and Gary, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Rachel.
A political explanation.
Blame it on the baby. We've had the current, the baby. We're blaming it on all kinds of things. That's right. Now let's go to the Delta Queen and find out what they're saying. Licking any wounds over there, or still just having a good time?
Oh, Melissa, Coast Guard Schmoshguard. I cannot believe that they are trying to justify the way they cheated.
Pouting?
Pouting? What do you mean? These folks know what's going on here. I mean, you know, of course they couldn't let us have the antlers 2 years in a row, so we threw the race.
And they have a good attitude about it. I mean, they're acting like Chicago Cubs fans, okay? They're saying, wait till next year. We tried at least this year.
Right, the captain got on the horn and he says, you guys, we gave him a good run, but we'll get him next year. So what can we say?
1,000-foot disadvantage. That's all we can say.
But they're having a good time on the boat. You know, they kind of, the bell went under the bridge and
take a look at these
blew
people.
their
I don't
horns
think they're
and they just went, meh.
They're not too broken up here, Gene, are they?
Oh, well, one is.
Well,
There's
there you
one
go. There's
broken
a
up
frown
person
right there.
here. There's a
Okay.
frown. But other than that, everybody is kind of having a good time.
The music just stopped a second ago, but
we know they, you know, they had to be lenient. The folks come up here from Memphis to Louisville. We have to be gracious guests. So they threw the race so the Bell could win.
exactly. They couldn't have, you know, a 2-lead race advantage next year. That just wouldn't look good.
So we'll get them next year. Gary, Melissa, back to you.
I have never heard so many excuses.
Thank you both.
Well, the Belle of Louisville is the winner of this 1993 Great Steamboat Race. It's been a wonderful sunny afternoon, and we'll be back with the conclusion in just a moment.
Hot Skyler.